What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas and May, looking cute, looking clean, making top fives of looking sexy. And I know I'm in your top five. So today we have Uniqo Williams up top. How you doing today, Uniqo?
I'm doing well, man. Ready to get to this top five.
Top five. Up to the top right corner, we have the one, the only Afro Coming 765, aka Tori. Tori, how you doing today?
You already know. Ready to get some trauma bonding done with you guys. Let's go.
Let's go. And then, of course, we have the guy that's going up first, Mr. Top 5 himself. Watch him on Blurred Cartel and a bunch of other stuff. Shout out to you, Monray. How you doing today, Monray?
Him and his TikTok hot takes coming for you.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Your boy Monray Hudson back again, this time with another top 5, and it's gonna be a little sad because it's on the anime deaths.
Yes, it's a sad topic, you know what I mean? So, but we finna get into it. Monte starting off with his top 5. Let me put it up for y'all. Monte, what is your top 5?
In honor of the One Piece fandom, I'm going to pick the top 5 for One Piece. Well, number 1 for One Piece. Number 5 from that list is Whitebeard, actually. And it's not, you know, one everybody would know pick it. Everybody just automatically goes to like, oh, they want to go to Ace or whatever. Nah. I don't respect that one because Ace shouldn't have died. It was his own stupidity. His own pick.
He should have left.
But Whitebeard, I give so much respect to, basically because he went in that fight knowing he was gonna die. Whitebeard knew there was absolutely no chance he was gonna walk out of there. He knew that off rip. Already on life support. Walked in there with 3 admirals, vice admirals, numerous, then
and the fleet admiral.
And then Garp. So he walked in there facing every odd, knowing he was not walking out of there. And took it like a man. And he even went there, even put Blackbeard in the ground, put Akainu in the ground. This man was ready. So I have nothing but respect for Whitebeard because he knew my time has come. I'm going to revitalize the hunt for One Piece. I'm going to save the people that are the closest to me. And he did that out of pure respect. So naturally, that's my boy number 5 for him. I love Whitebeard. I honor him for that. Number 4, and see, this is where it starts to get personal. Because number 4 is to anybody that has not read Demon Slayer's manga.
There's spoilers for this.
Oh, yeah, spoiler alert.
Number 4 is Shinobu. And
bro.
To anybody that has read, anybody that has read that manga and know how she goes, oh my gosh, that hurts. It freaking hurts because she did the same thing Whitebeard did, but except she had been planning for that fight her entire career as a Demon Slayer. Been planning for it, been waiting for it, and it hurt. Oh, it hurt. It hurt to see her go. Not to mention she planned for it. But the revenge was so worth it. So I can't even blame her. I can't blame her. So that's number 4. We ain't gonna talk about that. So number 3, yeah, you back. We're gonna need to go you back. Because number 3 is from Yu Yu Hakusho. Pretty much everybody should know this at this point. Number 3 is gonna be
my girl. Figure this out.
Yeah. My girl, yeah, she knows. So it's Genkai, the way she went out like a G. She did everything she felt she needed to do, and she even came back from the grave to kick Yusuke behind one more time to get him off his behind when he was fighting Toguro. So I have nothing but respect for how she go, and she lived her life her own way, and I honor her for that. I really do. So Genkai is nothing but respect.
And she put that thing on that younger Toguro.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes, but
getting that spirit wave.
And then the 2 that probably hurt me the most.
Ooh, that number 2 and 1 hurt.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Nina from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't care how. I don't care which one you take. They both go the same way. They both hurt. But to this day, if I ever do anything on TikTok and Shao Tucker is in that list, and they're like, "Which one are you go?" Nah, he goes first. I don't care what these other people have done. Shao Tucker goes first. I would have been worse than Ed. Ed gave me one of the biggest right hands I've ever seen. I'm like, bro, he wouldn't have been no right hand. Alphonse would not have stopped me. Like that man's face.
You going in the ground.
Period. Like, he would have been put away. Like Shao Tucker, I swear. I mean, every time you look at that scene and you hear her say, Edward, it's like, oh.
I got the goosebumps just thinking about it.
So
I did not expect that on late night Adult Swim on Saturday, but it happened.
You like
early Adult Swim
and then
days.
you realize it's her father and everything too that did it to her.
Yeah.
Oh, like
But it made it better since he did the same to himself in the end. At least she wasn't the only chimera in the bunch.
Brotherhood, he goes where he needs to go. He gets in the ground. But ain't even no spoiler. Screw it. He deserved it. And then number one is personal. Number one is really personal because she's my favorite female character of Code Geass. So you can go watch Code Geass. It's a wonderful anime. But my number one is a girl named Shirley from Code Geass. And Shirley hurts me personally. She's my favorite girl in Code Geass. She's probably like relatively the most innocent out of all the whatever that he has in there. And she goes through it like you should have seen Code Geass by now. If you haven't, then screw it. But I mean, she's a side character, so it's not that important to the plot or what I'm gonna say. But she goes through it to the point to where main character Lelouch kills her father. She don't know he killed her father. She falls in love with Lelouch. Lelouch wipes her memory, and she falls in love with him again. And then after that, his friggin' brother finds out that she knows about Lelouch's power. She knows that he killed her father, and she don't care. She still loves him.
Not at all.
And because the brother feels all insecure, she knows too much. He kills her. And the fact that he kills her against Lelouch's will, and she's laying in this man's arms, and he up there trying to use his powers to force her to live. And she's like, Lelouch, I'm sorry. No matter what, no matter how many times I come back, no matter what you do, I'm going to always love you. I'm sorry. It hurt. It hurt. When she's like, I don't care if you kill my dad. I don't care if you wipe my memory. I'm going to always fall for you. That broke me. I'm sorry. I remember I was younger. I was in high school. That broke me.
Agreed.
Yeah. It was a heavy word.
Shirley hurt me. Shirley hurts. That one still hurts.
Boy, that gay ass cap on. He's
like, he tried to work some eye wings, but they wasn't going.
Like, bro, like you can't do. I'm like, Rolo, I don't even care. I hated Rolo from that moment forward. I hate him. Still hate him.
To this day. Till this day.
Hate him. I'm like,
to this
Rolo,
day.
I went in that show. You'd be off. I promise you'd be off.
I'm gonna go next since me and Monte's kind of different in a way, and Taurus and Monte sound the same. So we're gonna go with mine next. Monte will be leaving us soon, but we're gonna make sure to keep your list in mind so we know. My list is number 5, Ace. Why did I pick Ace?
Why not?
Like, why not? Like
You could have ran.
Yeah, it was, bro. First off, he saved his little brother, and me and my relationship with my brother, especially because it's amazing and it's great. I feel that. I know everybody can relate, but like, yo, I'm gonna save my little brother.
I only got one brother, and I love that little nigga to death.
Yeah, so it's like, so I feel that family bond. So it's like, it felt like a bond. Like, okay, this is one of the few ones, even on the whole thing, that you like feel the legit bond between the character. That even though it happened early, you just felt it, and then all the wind gusts and everything, and Luffy screaming at the end.
Whoa. When his eyes went white, and Oda hits them little distress lines underneath him.
Yeah, and you can tell.
I don't like Sabo. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, Monte, we've been doing so good lately. Me and you ain't argued for shit, and you just want. Monte, I'm getting ready to leave, but I'm gonna throw a slight jab at Sabo before I go.
We continue, Grandpa. Go ahead with the list.
Okay, number 4, Kamina. The one time, it's the pure shock of this whole segment. He's literally
8 episodes.
He was in 8 episodes, and me as a child, I'm going off feeling. I promise you, this was the main character of the show. And I'm like, oh, the main character of the show, he's a cool dude. He's literally talks like me, self-confident, hero. The little brother kind of just a little guy that drills and just like, hey, I don't want to be in charge. My brother, I love my brother. And again, it's the brother concept. Again, it's like a theme. If you know my theme, it's like a theme. But and then the way he saves everyone in this super crazy way. And then just
that explosion at the end, bruh. Just seeing that blue light still to this day.
Yeah. Tori, then he just hits that, and everybody just cries around him, and while he's in the suit.
Bruh, Yoko's whole aura after that, man. Oh,
that was.
Shout out to Girl and Logon for serving up so many powerful deaths, though. Because even Kitan at the end, bruh.
Yeah,
he goes in there to drill the anti-spiral death weapon that's coming in.
And the thing about their deaths is they all so like heroic.
Yeah, everybody went out
like with
blazing
going out,
and
it reminds me of all the situations which y'all would know in the. It's gonna go to my second one too. This is gonna be the same thing, but I'm gonna tell you my third. It goes out like Chloe from City Dogs, and I always respect going out like if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out doing something amazing. Okay, third.
Exactly.
Full Metal Alchemist. Mize. I hope I said his name. I ain't said his name in a minute. Maze. Yes, Maze. Him talking to his kids and family.
Colonel Maze Hughes.
And then goes out all happy, like, I love my family. I'm finally get to see my kids, and then gets
stomped out.
She all of a sudden you see her transform, and then a gun just come out. Boom.
Yeah. We'll never forgive you. That was Envy, wasn't it?
That was the girl with the black hair.
Yeah, and then as y'all know what happened, old boy went loose, and I was so lit when old boy.
Oh yeah, the biggest fire snaps we ever saw.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that moment with him led to that moment. Like to me, it led to one of my happiest moments as well, because it led to one of my happiest deaths.
We need another top 5 for that. Top 5 anime deaths that we all love. Because see, I avoided those on my list because I wasn't sure how we was going. But I got a whole list of anime deaths that really were like,
antagonist for me.
But yeah, that literally led to him just keep setting on fire. Boom, boom. So you can't kill me. They're like, I don't care about killing you. And just kept doing it over and over and over until she's like, okay, this might do it.
And then the rain line at the end, bruh.
Yeah.
Woo.
That was hard. Number 2, it goes in my theme of Chloe, Spike. Goes out with bang.
I was about to say.
He walked out like a G. Everybody was staring like, what's going on with this guy? Bang. The thing he said the whole show.
Spike versus Sid is still one of the best anime final fights in my opinion. Just the feeling of it.
I don't know, it's something about church fights, because I promise you if Tokyo Ghoul would have did the church fight and actually showed it on the anime,
if they'd have done it right,
they basically didn't show it. It just they came out the end. I'm like,
Tokyo Ghoul Re was just a big drop of the ball if we're gonna keep it a stack.
Because I don't know what it is, but some reason when people do church fights, it's always amazing.
Yeah. We get to that with the bottom of my list.
Yeah. By the way, I wanted to put one number 5 on Tori on my list, but I gotta go with Lelouch. By the way, this is what me and Joe similar, but I'm higher than him. Lelouch hits harder because in my mind, the hero is literally had a few people cry for him, and the entire world cheer. The dude who saved all,
bro.
The dude
just
who
when
everybody.
He stabs him, man, just that feeling, bro. And then his sister crying, like
even his best friend that did it. He like
everybody, bro.
Tori, and then the speech he gave his friend. This is my last one. You will never be yourself. You will always defend justice for the rest of eternity.
He was like, once you put on that mask, it's wraps, bro.
And like,
one last one.
Yeah, he said, this is my last one ever. And I'm like, I'm like, everybody is cheering this man death. Where he saved
all of you and you don't even know it.
The ultimate mind freak.
But he did it so he could save all of you and so it never happens again. What was going to happen to y'all?
That's the way Aaron was supposed to go, people. They just didn't have it down right.
But I'm like, this is insane.
Today.
This is insane. I know Monte gotta go, but I just want to. But this.
I mean, you good? I just vanished.
Okay, but it's insane. I'm gonna show my list again. It's insane how much.
Boy, you love your list.
Hey, bro, all these. If you know all these, like my favorite anime, Like,
man, if you know Code Geass, you understand.
I'm saying, Code Geass, bro, that hit like from Monte Shirley. That made this important too, because when he kept trying to use his ability to make her come back, and then
he needed a lot of clear eye.
Yeah, so this
he was working that mug.
But Lelouch, bro, like just I couldn't imagine being like the hero but get booed as the villain in death. Right.
Yeah.
Like that is so wild to me. Like I saved the entire world and everybody literally probably have a holiday on the day I died because I died. Next up, we're gonna do, since our list is kind of similar, Joe list is up next. Joe, who do you, I know you have a honorable mention too.
Yeah. So I'm interested because so far I've had one off of Montes and Zelmay's on my list. I've had one from each of y'all.
You're gonna have one from me just because it's an honorable mention. See, it would have been higher on my list. I'm talking about Nedji Hyuga. It would have been higher on my list, but the internet like made so many memes and jokes about it that it's just desensitized me from his death. They've shown him.
So he didn't make your top 5.
No,
you just left.
It's honorable mention.
You left him hanging.
I didn't want to. Like when it first happened, I was like, "Damn, man!"
Disrespected, man.
And then they just start coming with memes, like they start showing everybody's like, "Man, who would you rather be?" And they show a real picture of everybody, and then they show Nedji's grave. Like that ain't cool, man. Like they just
get disrespected, bro.
They wrong for Nedji, man. Trigrams all day. I got Spike just because I enjoyed the storytelling. He was mysterious. We didn't know much about him. We didn't really know what really drove him, but we got a connection, and that's why I like Spike. And that was probably the best going out ever. And honestly, it leaves openings that maybe he's still alive. People can conjecture that. Lelouch. I mean, he was the first person I seen do that, like play the I'm gonna be a villain and then end up. That's the first time I saw it happen.
Yep.
And then L, just because like he was like, man, Light, I fuck with you. I hate that we on opposite sides. But then he said, but I gotta get the ball rolling.
My boy got hold.
He said, so we're gonna try out this rule in the Death Note. I love you, bro, but we're gonna try this rule out in the Death Note, and I'm gonna personally execute you. Jiraiya, as much as I really wanted to put,
I thought about him too.
Naruto's parents, because that was, man, they talked for 10 minutes with a whole nail through their stomach, both of them, and about all the things they wanted to tell a hours old Naruto. And then then everybody when we get episode 1 of Naruto, y'all everybody hates him. Like, bro, that's Hokage's son. Y'all adults know this. You ought to be telling them to have some respect for Naruto. But that's not how shonen works. But Jiraiya, just because, man, he has some pupils. A lot of people learn from him. And like it just seemed like there was nobody else was left to pass anything down other than Lady Tsunade and a snake that's chasing after his little boy's body.
But we got clone Jiraiya and Boruto.
Get his respect.
That's I'm gonna give him his respect. He had a lot to pass down. I wish they would actually do some kind of canon thing where they would show the training that Orochimaru was giving Sasuke, because we just had a time skip and this nigga could make snakes come out of nowhere.
I mean, if you look at the training Orochimaru gave his son and Boruto, like if it was anything like that.
I don't think he trained him like that.
And then last but not least, Light Yagami, merely because I fuck with Light Yagami. That hurt my soul. 37 episodes, that's it. I think he had a good idea.
Evil.
He went out sad though.
Evil. He did go outside. He did go outside, bro. Like, no.
Y'all was the people were too dumb to understand what he was doing.
No, he went outside.
No. Look at Joe over here trying to cop pleas for a mass murderer.
No, if you guys were smarter, you know that he had the final solution.
You the same brother that tried to tell me Shawn Michaels wasn't in DX.
I didn't say that. I'm not getting into the argument with you right now.
But yeah, he did go out and say, like, no, start running. I'm like, bro, no. Like, I got Spike saying bang and then just fall out, and you got this dude out here running around.
Light has a whole existential crisis.
The world is rotten. Somebody had to fix this.
But he knew it was going to happen. The man told him the very first episode, listen, I'm gonna collect your name at the end.
Yep. I was about to say, you literally told him from the get.
You know what Spike would have did, dog?
Say that.
You know what Spike would have did, bro? Spike would have been like, fell out of a window and just disappeared. T. Ramsey, your list. Let's put it up there.
Whoa. We started off at number 5.
I love this one, by the way.
With the Reverend Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Oh, I love this
one. My boy with the big iron cross out here smacking extra tall girls like Millie. I mean, bruh, this is the first anime death that I can remember in all of my time watching anime that really hit me hard. Cause like, just the way that Wolfwood went through all the Trigun, he started off, as many great anime side characters do, he started off as a villain, as the opposition, and then Vash the Stampede being the wonderful extra overlord optimist that he is. He brought Wolfwood over to the side of good. Wolfwood in there, him and Millie, they have this amazing love scene. They do the little fake pregnancy in the one episode, and she gives him the whole spiel on smoking's bad for the baby and whatnot. And just the power in that scene when he's, because if you guys haven't been able to tell by now, I'm not a very religious person at the end of the day. But that scene and with him in the church, and him with the iron cross, and he sits there, and I'll never forget this whole monologue where he's sitting there and he's going through it, and he's like, if I could be reincarnated, he was like, I'd love it if I could just, no fighting, no killing, if I could just be with that big dummy Vash and the girls. He said that would be my Garden of Eden. And then, I mean, just, I get goosebumps thinking about it. Just him when he screams out, I don't want to die this way. And then it's done, fade to black, him in the church, died on his knees with the cross propped up on his shoulder.
In front of the pulpit.
I mean, yeah, like, bro, and then who'd we have it for? 4, we had
Nedji.
Oh, good old Nedji. I mean, I think that really got me on just the unexpectedness of it all. Just because, like, throughout the whole, and it's crazy to me in hindsight that I didn't really think about it as we were watching this great ninja war happen. I wasn't thinking like, oh, somebody's gonna die. Because if you guys remember, even in the Konoha destruction arc, we all thought Kakashi was gonna die. Pain spiked him in the ground. It was over. Of course, everybody gets brought back to life, but just that sense of finality when he gets hit with the spikes and Naruto goes into the whole, why would you do this for me? And you just think back to the Chunin exam and him going through this whole time, just looking down on Naruto, looking down on everybody. And then for him to realize that the greater good in this war was more important than his sense of entitlement. Yo, that's how you make moments. And then you ruin it by throwing Kaguya at the end. So, and then I think number 3, we got Genkai.
Go and leave it.
Yeah. I mean, Genkai's death, I just think, bro, she was Yusuke's grandma, you know what I mean, in spirit. She's the one who made all of the demon fighting really possible on the next level, and just Yusuke really showing that emotion when she went just added so much to the story that Genkai was amazing, and her going was amazing as well. All I can say is hopefully when they got to the other side, younger Toguro waxed that something nice, yo. He got in there, and yeah. But then we get to number 2, Kamina. You know what I mean? 8 episodes. We thought this was the dude. He's out here. He's smacking boys. He's drilling. His little brother's got his back. And then, bruh, just that complete and utter shock that none of it. even the scene when he dies, when you see the explosion come up from the mech and you just see it run up him.
You know what hurt about Tor is kind of his little brother fault too. That
yeah, exactly. Which I feel like is why at the end of Gurren Lagann, Simon got so much flack, like, because he didn't get the girl in the end. He ended up being old and dying, and but he lived up to the status that his brother set. His brother started out saying, yo, we gonna take down the anti-spiral, and then he couldn't do it. So little brother Simon came through and swagged it out for the win at the end. And Kitan, like I said, Gurren Lagann gave us so many super heroic deaths. And then in the number one spot, Kozuki Oden. That man is the most gangster that, I mean, bro. He goes, he finds the One Piece with Roger. He's one of the only people in all One Piece. He was on Whitebeard's crew and he was on Gold Roger's crew. He's seen the One Piece. He's the one that read the road poneglyphs that led everybody to Laugh Tale at the end. And then he goes back to his country after starting the Great Pirate Era, after helping Gold Roger become king of the pirates, only to find that this nigga Orochi with his freaking Yamato no Orochi fruit and the strongest creature in the world, Hyakuju no Kaido, have taken over his country and are using it for a crazy weapons factory. And then on top of it all, he fights Kaido, and you have the dude jump in and freaking interfere in the fight. So he ends up losing. Kaido gives him that whole spiel. If you run around naked in the city and sing crazy songs for 5 years straight, I will let your people go. And Kozuki Oden does this because he's a real nigga. He don't care. He's doing it for the good of the people. He's like, I don't care if I got to strip down naked and act like a fool. He was like, I'm trying to save my people. And then you get to that. And after Kaido, who is unstoppable from what we've seen so far, although in these new next coming chapters, I think we're finally, Kaido of the Thousand Beasts is finna go down. Whether it's for good or not is up for debate. But just the fact that he then, after he does this 5 years of being a fool and everyone thinking he's dumb, then he's like, okay, I've got you. I've got your 11 scabbards, your retainers. If you let me boil you alive for an hour in oil, if you can stay alive and hold these 11 people on a freaking platform on your back while I boil you in oil, if you can make it through an hour, I'll let your country go. And what does he do? He sits in boiling oil for an hour while holding 11 people on his back just to get shot in the head. But before he dies, he makes sure they get away. And then his wife, being the amazing time lady that she is, she moves everybody 20 years into the future, freaking. And as we're seeing now, the fight for Wano is still going. And I mean, that even in recent, like I said, Kozuki Oden, it's been 2 or 3 years since the chapter went down, maybe a year in the anime since, and I still, bro, I drop a tear from that. I can't even stunt because he was such a good dude. He was always smiling. He was always looking. That man, just to get on Whitebeard's ship, he held onto the chain of a ship going full speed in the ocean for like a whole day, 2 days, just so they'd know he really wanted to get on the ship. And then he finds the One Piece, he starts the Great Pirate Era, and then just the thought of that. Could you imagine being boiled in oil alive for an hour?
Man,
with your kids and all your best friends on your back.
Do you bring this up in therapy, bro?
Oh, bro, I've talked about a couple anime deaths that like just hit me. My therapist is mad cool though, because she's only a few years older than me. So she's got some of the, you know what I mean? we've seen some of the same stuff, so it's cool. But bro, just man,
I mean, I can tell how you talking. You
nice
are very
guys really
passionate about
finished
this. Like
last.
that touched your soul, your very
Bro,
core,
there's a
bro.
reason it's number one, bro. You can't name another anime character that was tortured like that. Think about, and you had to stand in boiling oil with your whole family on your back, Joe. And the only way they were going to survive is if you survived for that hour in boiling oil. And then everybody was supposed to be good after that. Like, we're going to let you go. And then right after that hour mark, somebody pops you in your freaking skull, blows your brains out in front of your whole country.
Oh, there ain't shit for that,
bro.
Yeah, fuck my nigga Tori up.
But he made it. That's how you make legends, bro. There's a reason why Kozuki Oden is that. Zoro should hope to be that good. There's a reason Zoro got that sword that was Oden's, because, I mean, Zoro's that same dude. He's the dude that's going to take everybody's suffering on his back just so the team gets the win. And that's what matters.
True. Now let's make the overall top 5. Let's go. Let's see.
So no particular order. We know we have.
Me and Joe had Spike.
Or did you already do it?
No, I haven't done it yet.
As far as gather the information, we got Genkai on there a couple of times.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody.
Kamina
Lelouch is definitely on there.
Yeah, Kamina.
Lelouch, Kamina, Spike.
Spike is on there. Kamina.
I will sacrifice. Kozuki Oden has to go on this list. Ain't nobody else here get boiled in oil, bruh.
I mean, I could give that 5th spot just because how passionate that made you feel.
I'm telling you, go watch the team for yourself, and if it doesn't evoke an emotion in you, use a cold breath.
Away, same way since I haven't seen it yet, and so when I do see it, I don't know if I'm still the same way.
he just the way that Oda built him in that short, because Oden wasn't like this long-running legend that we'd heard about. It was literally Wano, and then he was like, here's these flashbacks to how the King of the Pirates used this man from Wano to find the One Piece. And then, I mean, man put his whole family on his back, literally.
So we're going to give Kozuki Oden number 5?
I think
I'm okay with that.
Put him on, as long as he's on the list. I think we can get away with that.
Yeah.
So that leaves Lelouch, Spike, Genkai,
and Kamina.
Kamina.
I think Kamina could go at 4 just because of the shock factor, because didn't nobody expect him to die.
I had to give that to y'all just because I don't know that story.
Oh, Joe, I'm surprised you've seen Gurren Lagann before, because it was one of those original like Adult Swim anime that
it's one of them things I'm going to go back and watch because that's how sorcerer fight, that's Jujutsu Kaisen. That's how it was for me. It took me a while to get into it, so I didn't stick with it because it was.
You should start reading Jujutsu Kaisen. It's getting wild right now.
I know. I got it. I'll get it. I'll get to all this shit.
So I saw Craig cop the plea the other day. He was like, "Dang." I saw it on Twitter. He was like, "All right, I finally watched Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's lit like everybody said." I had that same thing. I tried to avoid it forever just because it.
I think Genkai, Lelouch, and Spike got to round it out. I don't know how.
I just don't know about, because with Spike, it's an open ending at the end. We don't know. We don't know. We never saw.
I did say maybe because we don't know. That's why I put maybe in the.
I could say 3.
Oh, okay.
I like Spike at 3.
I could deal with that right in the middle of the pack.
Okay, we put Spike at 3.
Now leaves us Genkai.
On average, Lelouch would be number 1. On average,
so that's what it is. It's Genkai and Lelouch.
Yeah, because everybody put Lelouch on their list but me.
Well, Monte didn't, but he did his.
Oh, Monte didn't put him, but I was gonna say he put another Lelouch. He put another character that. So
yeah, so it's like related to Lelouch's girlfriend, basically his one.
Lelouch got number 1 on your list. They got 4 on my list.
I feel like, man, Monte should have put up a better defense for Whitebeard, which is kind of. I feel bad Whitebeard getting left out because he was like the Chad of Chadness. That man took a cannonball to the face before he died and kept on pushing to save his son.
Yeah, but Lelouch is number 1, Genkai number 2, Spike Kamina, and Kazuki.
I'm with it.
That's a good list. Spike, of course, because again, I praise Lelouch for
it may be open ended, but
like I said, Lelouch, the story of him actually being everybody cheering that he died when he was a hero that saved everybody, probably why it's number one.
That's what we could have got from Eren Yeager if they hadn't messed it up.
The villain that turned to a hero, the hero that turned into the villain, the Batman thing. What they say, Tor? Live long. You live long enough.
Yeah, you live long enough.
You're
only the hero long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And Lelouch became the villain. So, just to save everybody, which is amazing. Genkai,
the ultimate tragedy, yo.
Genkai, of course. Everybody's grandma.
Yeah.
Everybody's grandma. Spike, the most badass way to die.
I was gonna say he's just as cool as they come. Like I said, that fight with Sid, bruh. Just a nigga with the sword and a nigga with a gun throwing down and being on even footing.
You know, on like church pews, like losing guns.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't.
Yeah, that's still voted one of the best like fight scenes from martial arts ever.
Bro, it's dope.
And that happened a long time ago. Even compared to
over 20 years ago at this point, at least good 23, 24.
Kamina, of course, the hero that died too early.
Yeah. But going back and looking at hindsight, we saw the death flags were there.
They were, but we didn't know that he was the main character.
No, I was gonna say when Gurren Lagann was happening, I don't think any of us expected that remotely.
Might go back. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back and watch some of these, man.
It's a good short anime too, Joe. It's like 26 episodes, I think 27, something like that.
You probably get that done in a day.
I was about to say it's a good little binge.
We like to get through about 8 to 10 a day. We good.
Oh well, then I was gonna say you knock it out real easy.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take you long. I want to give a shout out before we get off here to Akame got killed because every main character in there except one died.
Everybody except for Akame dies. But that's jive because if you've read the manga, that is not what happens.
That is not what happened. I think they told them that we're not doing a season 2, so they're like,
I think they just told them, hey, we don't have the funding to keep it going, so y'all just. And they had to have my boy die just so Akame and Death would have a reason to fight at the end.
Yeah, so they just gave us a reason. I
also think inevitably when All Might dies, we'll have to come back and make this might need to be another list at some point because there's just so many characters. I'm honestly surprised how close all of our lists were. Like we all had thoughts in the same realm of these same animes that I feel like were super prevalent in everybody's childhood.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Hunt, when what's his name get finished, it's gonna be a lot of them on this show. When if the anime do it, Rengoku already the one that people are gonna think about.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say people weren't ready in the movie when Rengoku went.
That's
spoilers if you haven't seen Mugen Train.
If you ain't seen Mugen Train, all I gotta say is that's probably gonna be the lightest one you get.
Oh yeah, because man, the Demon Slayer.
We met Rengoku in that movie, and this is the same way in the manga. We just met him, and he passed, and everybody was saying, "You gonna get to know the other people when they pass." So it's gonna be
you gonna get to know them a lot better because like once you get into the all and everybody just goes out in such a stunning way, though. That's the thing. Like, didn't nobody get no light death? Everybody went out gritty and Demon Slayer like.
And it made all of them made sense. Like they all sacrificed to do something. I
was gonna say every death had meaning, and that doesn't happen too often in anime. Like where every death actually furthers the plot in some way or another.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. And then, of course, according to this list, we all know the truth about Code Geass. Thousands of people passed away in that last few episodes.
Yeah, a lot of people died.
But I don't know though, because you got to think with the movie they did after Code Geass, Luz technically isn't dead.
Well, that's why I said maybe because I don't know if the movie canon though, so I don't know.
That's the one thing I was about to say. I don't know if the movie's canon or not, but usually when the internet is in an uproar like that and the writer actually takes the time to address what everybody, it can either be really good or really bad. Look at Attack on Titan. You'll all find out soon enough.
Aaron hit me, Casa. I don't care what nobody say.
Bro, we all wish he would have. But
I believe he
we
did.
all know that at the end, she was only thinking about Aaron. Regardless of who.
Y'all know what's depressing me about this list
timelines.
though? Outside of, like I said, outside of Demon Slayer, everybody on this list from the 90s.
Yeah, I was. Odin's not. Kazuki Odin is not.
But
from
his
the
show
90s.
started in the 90s too. His show started in the 90s.
Yeah, his show started in the 90s, but he didn't come in until 2015 or 2016. Somewhere right when Wano started is when we actually started getting the flashbacks of Odin. So it ain't been.
But
that's why I wanted to make sure there was somebody newer in there.
Yeah, but his character.
Because I honestly thought about Mami from Madoka Magica, putting her on the list just because. We all thought that cute little magical girl with her infinite rifles that she could pull out of nowhere was just going to lay out everybody. And then that witch just straight bit her head off in front of everyone. And just, or Miki from Devilman Crybaby.
Oh, that was almost on my list.
That was that one was just sick because she was going to pass the baton. They were trying to save the human race. And then for old boy to find her, and they done cut her up into pieces and put her body parts on a flagpole, and we're dancing around with it. And bruh,
that flagpole scene was wild.
It was so because bro, that's the crazy part. These weren't the demons that did this. These were the people that caught this teenage girl and just chopped her up.
You got Dead Man Wonderland. It's a few things that we probably.
Oh, see, look. Zame hitting on them niche ones. There were some pretty key deaths in Dead Man Wonderland though. Like they made that work.
Elfin Lied. If you know Elfin Lied, that's one of the most gruesome.
Kuro Sensei, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
Kuro Sensei's death at the end of Assassination Classroom, bruh.
Parasite, we know about that.
Yeah.
He said, Angels of Death, that's a new one. That's a lot of people die. Black Butler.
To Your Eternity.
Yeah, so it's a lot, but everybody know about Berserk. If you ain't read something about Berserk.
Well, you ain't never gonna get an ending now because the author's done hit the list as well.
Are we still filming the show?
Yeah, we doing the show. I was just going over some things that I know people want to talk about.
I was like, what? This sound like after show stuff.
Gonna criticize the mess out of our list. We're about to get an old head stamp for this.
That's why I mentioned some of the new ones. That's why I just mentioned some.
Yeah, that's why I put Kozuki Odin in there. I was like, he is like.
People like Lelouch, Spike, Kamina, Genka.
Hey, and any youngsters that are watching this, man, put maybe you got brought up by a different anime, so tell us who your top depths are.
I was gonna say, put your top 5 lists in the comments down below, people,
and make sure you like and subscribe.
JJK gonna have one soon too. Don't worry about that. That one's gonna make you cry a lot. So.
Oh yeah, hey, it's up in the air. I want Zame, is Nobura alive or not, yo?
So you can't spoil everything. I don't know. We're gonna figure out.
Where can they find me at?
Where can they find you at, Joe?
Y'all can find me at UniqoWilliams.com. Zelmay, where can they find you at?
They can find me in the link tree below. Books, merch, podcast, everything. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be on here a lot. I'm gonna be probably streaming on Twitch soon later, and today I'm recording my YouTube video on my private channel, so I'm getting the grind on with everything.
Monte, buy the merch. You can catch me in the link tree.
Blur Cartel.
And I'm probably about to argue with Tori. Tori, where can they find you at?
Broke Ugly Dude.
You already know. Afrokami 765 on everything. AFROKAMI 765.
And tell us your list. Tell us your list, and maybe we'll do a poll or something, and then y'all can agree or disagree with. Cause I got put a lot of pictures in. This is gonna be fun.
If you disagree with Kozuki Odin, you go put your finger in a pot of boiling oil and see if you can stand in it for an hour. Not really, people. Don't.
That is not.
I'm a bad role model. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, don't, because that will not fly on Elon Musk's Twitter.
That is not gonna fly on Elon Musk's Ooh, bye.
My bad.